Alright folks, in this video I'm going to be taking a look at some of my Game Boy games which I recently got, and I've got a cool story about it, so I hope you like the video and let's take a look. Alright folks, so here we go. These are pretty much all my Game Boy Advance games that I have. I have quite a few the original Game Boy games as well. But for this video I'm not going to go into the other stuff, just the Game Boy games. So if you saw my videos before, I recently got into collecting for Game Boy. I had the original Game Boy, but I never had the Game Boy SP, which I just got, and this is the AGS 101 model. A very nice device. Like, it's very comfortable to use. I got it pretty cheap for like, I don't know, it was like $10, $9 or $10, and excellent device. I actually got one before this, but that one, the screen has some issue, but this one works fine. And I finished my first game on my Game Boy SP, which is kind of, it's a cool story with that game, and I'll get into it. So I was at one of those, you know, the thrift marks. Oh, I got this one as well. Sorry, I gotta deviate a little bit. This is my most prized possession. So I got this for about $15, and this is actually a pretty rare Game Boy Micro. It's an original 20th anniversary edition Micro, and it's just beautiful. I love this device. Everybody I've shown this device to is really impressed, and they find it cool. Some people say that this is uncomfortable to use for long periods of time, but I have big hands and I never felt that way. I find it pretty comfortable. I played Final Fight 1 and Van Helsing in it, so it's a pretty comfortable device. So let me get back to the story about my Game Boy. Okay, so I was at a thrift store and I found this game, and over here, as you can see, it says Spy Hunter, but this is not actually Spy Hunter, even though when you open this, and wait, I'll just, oh, I'm not good at this. Let's get the card out. I don't want to destroy the box because the boxes are pretty hard to come by. So even though this cartridge actually says Spy Hunter, and this is a fake reproduction cartridge, as most of them are, there's only one original that I have. The way you can tell that this is a reproduction, it's pretty easy to do. You can watch videos about this online. Usually the original cartridge would have some sort of a number on it. It'll be over here. It'll be imprinted, but as you can see, this one does not have any sort of imprint of a number on it over here, which means it's a reproduction. So when I put this in my Game Boy, something really cool happened, and I'm just going to show it to you. So, oops. And as you can see, when I loaded this up, I was really surprised. This was Gradius Galaxies. Now, I've never played shmups that much. I've not been into them, but I think I saw this on Classic Game Room, one of my favorite classic retro game channels, and I thought, you know what, I'll give it a try. And boy, when I played this game, I got hooked, because this is not it's not actually a shmup. It has shmup, it has sort of like a shmup thing to it, like where you actually shoot planes and stuff, but it's not about that. It's actually a puzzler, because the shooting elements are kind of background to a very interesting puzzle game. I don't like puzzle games, but with the action element to it, it was really interesting. So it starts out pretty simple. I don't know if you can see it clearly, but you can do a lot of cool stuff. You get power-ups, and you can You can load up on many power-ups and go to lasers and shields and all that stuff. But what actually happens later on is the levels get really challenging, and not because of the shooting. Some of the shooting levels are challenging, but the kind of things that happen where you have to dodge rocks, you have to dodge fiery lions, you have to dodge spinning wheels that you have to go inside and twist under. I would love to show you that, but this being a repro card, the save feature is not working because I haven't changed the batteries. The repro cards use batteries to save, so I can't. And this game is extremely hard and challenging. It took me about 8 hours to finish it. The game is not that long, but it took me 8 hours because I died so many times. And at one point there was a level where there's a boss and it's so difficult to dodge the lasers that I had to pause the game like this, move, pause, and that's how I finished it. But oh, I have never been this excited about a game like in a while. Like, I was totally hooked on this game. I had to play it on very easy mode, but very fun. You guys should definitely check it out if you get the chance. And I was really lucky that I found this game in a Spy Hunter cartridge. So that's my story about this game. And so the rest of the stuff is, as I said, they're pretty much all repro cards. I've enjoyed playing Alpha 3, which is a really solid port on the Game Boy Advance. This one is kind of cool too. It's an action RPG of sorts, but I haven't really played much of it. From what I played, it's like a action RPG. I've never even heard of this game, but I will be playing a little bit more of it to see how it goes. And it's called Dokapon Monster Hunter. It's not the new Monster Hunter, it's something else. And I think this is a fairly popular game, Comic Zone. It has a really nice art style to it. It came out on the Sega Genesis as well, I think. I played this actually on my PSP with the, was it the Sega Classics, Sega or Sonic collection on the PSP? It had this game. It's fairly challenging, it's kind of hard, but once you get a hang of the combat, it gets better. Cool concept. So what else is there? Sorry if it's a bit dark. This one isn't working. I don't know why Dynasty Warriors is not working. I didn't even know that they had a Dynasty Warriors for the Game Boy Advance. Donkey Kong Country, of course, everybody knows that. It's okay, you know. I'm not into puzzlers, as I said, but this one is actually pretty cool. This is a match, you would call it a match 3 game, but this is Puyo Pop Fever. I don't know if it's popular, I haven't really checked up on it, but it's really cool. It's a fun game to play. I enjoyed it on the Game Boy Micro. It was really cool to play. A pretty standard puzzler where, you know, you have your colored balls drop and you match them up and get points. Oh, I missed. So this is my collection of loose cards. So the original one is here. So this is actually an original card because it does have the number print. I don't know if you can see it, but this actually does have a number print on it. It might be too hard to make out because the color is not right. Some of the other stuff is Van Helsing, really good action RPG. It actually has Hugh Jackman and, you know, all the cast of that movie. They're actually in this. The combat is very satisfying. The weapons are cool. The challenge is good. And let's see, Tomb Raider, pretty cool game. Kill Switch. If you guys have played Gears of War, you probably know that Kill Switch inspired the cover mechanic in Gears of War. And surprisingly, Kill Switch on the Game Boy Advance is a very good game. It's a third-person shooter. It's all in 3D. The controls can take a little bit of getting used to, but a very well-made game. It's solid. This is crap. This is a bunch of sorry, not Super Nintendo. It has a bunch of NES games. These are like, you know, the pirated junk. There was one more. Need for Speed Underground. Need for Speed Underground was my favorite racer. It's still my favorite racer of all time. Well, maybe Burnout surpassed it, but on the PSP, the first racer I played was Need for Speed Underground Rivals. Really good game. And then I started playing the Need for Speed Underground 2 on the PC, and that was awesome as well. And this one's pretty awesome too. It's in 3D. It surprisingly, it actually has all the customization you could want. It has NOS customization, vinyls on the cars. Really, really cool. And as I showed you, Star Wars, I mean, you know, the Lego games, they're fun. They've gotten a bit boring now, but, you know, they're usually fun. So, this is pretty much it. Don't ask me why I have that game. I just thought it would be funny. But yeah, this is pretty much it. I forgot to mention Final Fight 1. Really cool, awesome game. It's a beat 'em up like Streets of Rage, and I hope I'll play some of these games on my channel. I don't know what Nintendo's policy is towards playing this stuff. So, well, if you like the video, go ahead and like it. If you dislike it, go ahead and dislike it. But as always, thank you for watching.